What's up, everybody, and welcome to day 21 of Foundation. Today is kind of our last practice session because the next 9 lessons, the next 9 days are all testing your progress starting from the beginning to where we are now. So take this opportunity to truly practice, hone in on your skills, and then we're taking the last week or so and we're testing ourselves. We're turning them all into performance reps, and we really want to see where we're at. So take this opportunity today to get some good practice reps and get your mindset ready because test starts next week. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to singles. We're working 110 all the way to 120. Before we get going, take a look right here. These are skills, ideas to think about while you're working through this exercise. Like I said before, we're working on speed. I'll get you from 110 to 120. I'll give you some tips along the way, but make sure you know what you need to work on so that you can get better at the skills that you need to get better at. All right? But if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's dive in here. We're starting at 110. We're going to do 4 reps, and we're going to fly through this thing. Max your heights out. We're not at a point yet to lower the heights, not for a little while. All right, internalize the tempo. Think about what it's going to sound like. Think about what it's going to feel like. Right with your feet. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. 2, nice and even. 2, again, go. Very good. 2 more times, and 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. Last time here, and 1, 2, lots of energy. All right, that's how fast this goes. Once we get past 100 beats per minute, things start moving pretty fast, which is sweet. All right, make sure you know the skill. You haven't already forgotten what you're here to work on. Make sure that you're playing awesome legato strokes. Nice wrist turn, fingers on the stick, fulcrum pressure, accurate and appropriate for what it should be. And the stick is doing all the work. All you got to do is push down. The stick will come right back up for you. All right, good hand transitions. Quality sound, obviously. Make it sound even, consistent, nice, the way that it should sound. And then good tacit hands, all right? That's already like 10 things to think about. But you got to do it all. And you can. And we're going to do it all at 112. All right, a little faster. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. 2, and 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. 2, and 2 more times at this tempo. Very good. 2, and again, 2, ready, go. Very good. Last time here, and 1, 2, ready, go. Nice. Very good. All right. One thing to think about, and we're not thinking about my stick hitting the other stick, it happens, right? Sometimes you're playing in really good beating zones. That's really when it happens, honestly, is if you're aiming to hit in the exact same spot. Sometimes you hit your tassel hand. It's reality. But obviously you want to try not to do that. All right, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I want to talk about was tension. All right, as we get faster, you may find yourself with tension, right? You might find muscles start to tense up somewhere in your forearms, in your wrists, in your fingers, and maybe your shoulders even. You start playing like this. See what you notice and see how quickly you can get the tension out of your body. As we get faster and faster, you will find that you will find tension somewhere in your body. Take a deep breath as you're playing. I know it's hard to do sometimes, but see if you can take a deep breath and push the feeling of relaxation of a deep breath into your body, right? Just find that area of relaxation, and you'll find that you can get the tension out of your body much faster than you might even realize. All right, so find a way to relax. But also, sorry to say, but sometimes getting faster is uncomfortable, and you might get tension because you're building muscles, and it just might be uncomfortable for a little bit. But you gotta power through that because you can. All right, let's power through it at 114. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. And again, 2, ready, go. Very good. 2, and 2 more times at this tempo. Very good. And last time here. Yeah, really good stuff. All right, before we jump to our next tempo, something I want you to consider is when we tap off for the first time and we play the first right hand, is it ready to play, or do you have to make some kind of adjustments? Like, all right, maybe tempo-wise, maybe you start a little fast, or you start a little slow, or maybe just your heights aren't there, or maybe just the feeling of a good legato stroke takes a second. See how quickly you can dive right into that tempo. By the time that you've probably gotten to a point where you're like, all right, this feels pretty good. But then you get a fresh start. How accurate can you be right away? All right, super important. See if you can play perfect the second you start playing, right? Don't warm up to it. Don't start to adjust and go, oh, I'll sneak in here. No, you're playing a drum. You can't hide on drums. You can sneak in on something else if they can't see you, but there's no way to hide with this instrument. All right, with that in mind, let's apply that to 1/16. Here we go. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. 2, and again, 2, ready, go. Very good. 2 more times, and 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. Last time, 2, again, go. Yeah, all right, 1/16. Sweet. All right, by the time that you get to 1/16, we're moving up to 1/18, you know the 20, 30 things to think about, right? So I just want to make sure that you haven't forgotten what it is that we talked about over here, things we've talked about in previous videos, sound quality, tacit hands, nice rebounded, never changing your grip and setup, super important, right? I'm going to harp on the same things just like your teachers at wherever you've been trained, or if this is your only training, right? You have to focus on the same things. They keep coming up because they change slightly as you get faster, right? You have a new tendency with your grip. Maybe your body isn't a machine yet, right? You have to build consistency. So don't feel like I'm still working on tacit hands, man. Like my left hand, it just floats over here more than I want it to. You're going to have to work on that for a little while, and that's totally cool. So don't feel any sort of way about having an error or a tendency. You just got to consistently stay on top of them and make sure that you don't forget. All right, I'm still focused on that tacit hand. I'm not going to change. And like we talked about before, look down. That's why we're practicing. I know I talk about performing and be ready to perform and all that. That's great. It's all both and, right? When you're in the performance space, be in a performance space. But when you're like, all right, this practice session, I'm not worried about performing right now. I'm going to fix this darn left hand, and I'm going to get it so that it doesn't move. It doesn't move an inch. Or I'm just going to make sure my legato strokes feel exactly the same throughout the entire exercise. You know what you need. You got to do what you need. If I might say something that's not what you need, then don't take that idea, then don't worry about it. Go, that's great, I'm going to write that down, I'm going to save that for later, but right now, whoo, we're going to get that feeling perfect, all right? And if you don't do whoo every once in a while, you definitely should, because you need to make sure you're having fun when you're getting better at a simple exercise. We're at 118. Here we go. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. 2, and again, 2, ready, go. Very good. 2. And 2 more times. Ready, go. Very good. Last time at this tempo, go. Yeah. All right. We made it. We're at our goal tempo. We're at 120 beats per minute, and you got to keep the heights up, right? You got to go for building chops. That's what we're working on here among 5,000 other things that we're also working on here. All right, very good. Goal tempo, 120. Let's do 4 reps here. We might as well. We're here. We got all the way here. Here we go. 1, 2, and 120. Here we go. Very good. 2. And again, 2. Ready, go. Very good. 2 more times and 1, 2, 120. Very good. Last time here, and 1, 2, ready, go. All right, very good. That's our goal tempo. That's really cool. And you know that if you've been here before, you've worked through these exercises, you know what we have to do. We got to push it a little bit. All right. I always get excited about 120. To me, that always feels like that's the end of beginner mode. If you've gotten this far, you are about to enter, at the very least, intermediate stages of drumming and getting much more comfortable with singles. That's really cool. All right. We're jumping to 124. This is faster. It will feel faster. Make the proper adjustments. Play to your feet. Don't put your hands with the metronome. Put your hands to your feet. Your foot is making the metronome happen. Not literally, but metaphorically. All right. Internalize it. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. 2. And again, 2. Ready, go. Very good. 2. And 2 more times. Here we go. Very good. Last time, and 1, 2, here we go. Yeah, look at you getting all the way through 124. Very nice. All right, we're at 120. You know what we got to do? We got to hit 2 performance reps. Get yourself in the right mindset to have 2 excellent reps with no errors. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Adjust to the tempo change. Internalize it right with your feet. No errors because you don't have to. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. Last time, and 1, 2, ready, go. All right, hey, we did it. Super sweet. I hope you're really proud of all the work that it took to go from potentially 80 beats per minute all the way to 120. You got to be super proud of yourself. And if you're ready to move on to the next one, then I'm super excited to meet you there. But if you're not ready yet, no problem. You know what you got to do? Just go back. Go back. Maybe you only need to hit like 116 through 120 again. Or maybe you just want to hit 124 and make 120 feel better. You know, be even cooler is run back to 100 real quick. Just do a couple reps there and see how that feels, how comfortable you are there after having playing at 120. But regardless of where you head next, I really appreciate you being here, and I will see you in the next one. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We're working on accents and taps. We are at 110. We're working all the way to 120. Here is a quick reminder of some of the things that you want to think about as you're going through this exercise. Like I said, I'll give you some cues, but make sure you choose and you know what you need to focus on before we get started. All right? Set that intention, set those goals in your mind so that you can make progress in what you need to focus on. All right? If you're ready, I'm ready too. Let's start here. We're at 110, doing 2 reps at each tempo. We'll work our way up. Let's get after it. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. 2, again, 2, ready, go. Find the quality. Quality of sound, quality of technique. Really good job. We're going to keep it moving. We're jumping to 112. All right, like I've said before, use the foundation, the first 8 beats on each hand to really memorize what those taps should feel like, and then start to mentally prepare to just add an accent, add 2 accents, back to taps, accents, taps. You're flipping on and off switch. You can make that shift happen. Here we go. Moving up just a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Nice smooth hand transitions. Good posture. Relaxed tacit hands. Make every stroke sound the same. Very good. 2. Again, 2. Max your heights. Keep your lows low, your highs high. Very good. One of my favorite things about this exercise is the fact that the last pattern should feel almost the easiest at this point. Right after you've gone through, which is technically speaking the most challenging part of this exercise, the next pattern, I don't know, to me that always feels the best. It almost feels better than, because I really feel like at that point I've really maximized my understanding of what an accent is and really maximized my understanding of what a tap is. And that's just kind of like, I'm kind of treating that in my mind as like a performance of like, this is my best accent and tap quality. By the end of this exercise, it just gets better and better, right? It doesn't get worse. It doesn't get more challenging. I get more and more refined as I'm working through the exercise. I don't know, maybe you like a different part. I'm just telling you my favorite part. And my next favorite part is bumping up to 114. 1, 2, a little bit faster, here we go. Nice and evenness of sound. Very good. 2, 1, 2, last time here. Nice and even, nice and rebounded. Right with your feet. Really good job. I hope you're finding those tendencies, and I hope that you're finding that they're smaller and smaller, and that you're able to just kind of, you notice them, and then you put it out of your mind, because you just make the small adjustments, right? At this point, if you've gone through from 80 all the way here, you're fine-tuning your instrument, your ability to fix these errors, and they're not going to take massive corrections, hopefully, at this point, all right? So, keep that in mind as we jump to 116. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Listen to your taps. Make sure they're even. Was that the first time? Let's do another one. I think that was the first time. 1, 2, and 1, 2, here we go. Don't be afraid to look down. Really good job. That's 2, at least. Maybe it was 3. We'll find out later. All that means is that we're ready to jump to 118. Find the tempo, find it in your feet, and adjust immediately. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Nice and rebounded. Nice and even between your hands. Two, again, 2, same tempo. Really listen. Really good job. One of the things that we're working on here is our ability to play perfect eighth notes across any number of accents, heights, dynamics, whatever it is that we're working on, right? So that's something to think about, that am I playing perfect eighth notes across this entire exercise? Does it sound like how singles sounded? Right? right? We're playing the exact same rhythm, but with just changes, right? So it immediately becomes harder to control that rhythm despite it being identical. So that's something to think about. Another thing to think about is a tool and an exercise we can do within this is shut your eyes. I do this every once in a while, and it helps, obviously you shut your eyes is one less thing to worry about. Your ears become immediately more attuned to what's happening. Like on this part, right? I'm really listening for that punch. That's really what I'm focusing on, right? I don't necessarily need to focus so much on my single legato strokes. I want to make sure that right? That rhythm doesn't change, and I can hear the consistency of that right? That's something to think about. And the same thing on the end. Right? Are you thinking, are you listening and truly hearing the difference in the consistency between the accent sound and the tap sound? I hope so. I hope that's helpful for you. Try shutting your eyes and you'll immediately hear better. All right. With that in mind, we've reached our goal tempo. We're at 120. This is a respectable tempo here. This is not slow. This is not fast. This is a pretty standard tempo to be able to move through. So this is good stuff. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 times here. Very good. 2, last time here. Really good job. How did that feel? Did that feel like you were in control for both all the way through that? Or was that something where you're realizing that, as you start to listen to yourself, and I don't speak because I want to give you a chance to listen to yourself and think about how to improve, do you start to notice some problems being magnified at these tempos? More than likely, right? Small problems become bigger the faster we go. But hopefully, you're ready to go to 124. We're just going to push it a little bit. Push the tempo, see what the next tempo is going to feel like, make some adjustments, push you outside of your comfort zone. We'll bring it back in and nail some performance reps. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Find the groove. Very good. 2, again, 2, last time here. think ahead. Think about your transitions. Really good job. All right, that's our bonus tempo, which means we're bringing it back for some performance reps. We're going right to 120. We're doing 2 performance reps right now. Think about all the things that you've improved on throughout the course of this practice session, and think about what you need to focus on in order to play it perfectly. All right, get yourself in that mindset, get a little bit more energy, right? Get yourself in a state of knowing what that performance feels like. What does it feel like to put the pressure on yourself so that you can go no errors? You got to get good at performing just as well as practicing. Here we go. 120. 2 times. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Very good. 2. Last time here. You did it! Way to go. I really hope that those were great reps. And one thing to think about as we're doing performance reps, again, if you come back and do this video or again for the future, is performance means, put yourself in a performance setting, right? What do you want your performance to look like, right? If you're working on drum set and you want to get to a point where you're, playing on stage, you're going to want to have a big presence, right? You're going to want to have fun while you're doing it. So maybe smile, maybe work on that. If you're working on like drumline world, sometimes it's super serious and you just keep your eyes front, there's no facial expression. But other times if you're, in an indoor percussion world, you're going to be heads up, performing to the crowd just like that. So think about what you want your performance to be like, right? If you want to be able to jam and have a lot of fun and look at the bass player and, high five while you're playing, I don't know, whatever you want to be able to do. You got to practice that, because if you try and practice all serious, then that's what you're going to be really good at. So it just depends on what you want to be good at. There's nothing wrong with, and there's nothing right about any of those other performance methods. It's whatever you want to work on. So keep that in mind. I hope that went really well for you. If it didn't, no problem. Go back and do it again. That's why these are here. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you got something out of it. I'm excited to keep this going to the next tempo. And thanks a lot for playing along. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for playing along. If you liked that video, please let me know down below. Let me know why you liked it. Let me know what you're working on so I can make more things exactly for what you need. And if you didn't like it, keep it to yourself. No, if you didn't like it, please let me know why down below, because I want to make videos that you need. What skill sets do you need? What would make you better faster? Let me know. And if you want to get some real feedback, tag me in videos. Send me an email, tag me on Instagram, tag me on YouTube. I want to give you comments. I want to make this a community, and I want us to all get better at drums faster. All right, I'll see you in the next one.